excited. Oki, Nistu Nidaniko Makoyo Sakoyi. Nistu Amskapi Pikani. I'm at Barbie's Village. We got all kinds of flags. Bad Bunny told us to have our flags, but Bad Bunny said we are all American. Bad Bunny is encouraging everyone, and we just have a whole diversity here. Oh, we're Native Wellness Institute. We're at the Healthy Relationships Training of Trainers. I have some special guests, but before we start, our topic today is healthy relationships or anything we want to talk about. And this is one of the skills that I learned about self-regulating. Okay, and just to ground yourself. And I learned this from Lori Newbrest, who is being certified in how to self-regulate. It's all these technical terms, but Indians, how do you get yourself in a real calm spot in a really good way just to start? So it's real easy. You breathe in through your nose and you count to 5. So hold it, and then breathe out. Do it again. Hold it. So we're going to start in a peaceful way, acknowledging the monks in Aloka who just went into Washington, D.C., and walked over 2,000 miles to teach America about being peaceful. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday. We're in a really good place right now. We have some special guests, and I've asked them to come sit. It's our lunch hour, so, we get hungry at lunch. You get hungry out? Is it lunchtime where you're at? Or Indians can eat anytime. And it's a ceremony to eat. So remember, that to make your spirit plates, when you're cooking your food, to make it with a good heart, light a smudge, get your best person there to make the food, because whoever eats it, they eat that energy. So we're coming to you live, Native Wellness Institute. This week we're in Barbie's Village, which is in Portland. It's an old church that we've renovated. Now I'm just gonna give you a span around, okay? It's all solid cedar right now. It looks like a plank house. It's got flags. We're learning new technology at that table, and we have special guests. So that's where we're coming to you. So my first guest, I'm just going to ask you to introduce yourself, and I'm going to hand you the phone. Just stay in frame. We're learning to do podcasts, and you should see these two. They are damn good looking. So our first guest, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Bree. I'm a Portland native, and I am extremely blessed to be here today, learning more about wellness, connection, relationships, and I feel very empowered and in tune. Getting to meet Tita is like an experience that I definitely needed, and I feel extremely just impacted by all of this knowledge that I'm taking in and connected to my ancestors in a way that I've never known before, because I haven't had the so much a part of the world that I've been born into was to pull me as far away from who I am as possible. So to be here, to be more informed of who I am and where I come from, I feel amazing, and I'm excited to be here and to learn more, and I appreciate just having this opportunity. So, and I know it's like once in a lifetime to me, because I've yet to meet somebody as awesome as you since I've been around, in this community, and I just feel extremely blessed, and thank you for having me. Really.
Tell us something. You were talking about your grandma.
My grandmother,
Okay.
My grandmother, my bio grandmother, or my
Your you got
So yes,
grandmother.
so I was able to show because I'm Cherokee Nation as well, African American Cherokee Nation, and when I seen Tita, I'm like, you remind me of my great grandmother, and I showed her pictures because my great grandmother is a very strong woman, and I never got to meet her, but I knew that I was gifted and the strength was within me from my elders, and my grandmother lives on through me. The legacy forever moves on and lives on through me, through my children, and the more I learn about who I am, the more I can spread love and knowledge to my children. So we'll continue to move on.
Could you tell us that story again where you learned about sweetgrass?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
when you started
yes.
working, please tell us that
So,
story.
I work as a family first advocate with NEA, and I was on a mission to find more families to support. And I saw a lot of little children outside this one home, and I was like, hey, go get your mom. So they went and got their mom. And the mom came out, and she goes, and I'm like, hi, I'm Bree. I'm here to support you. And this is my flyer. And here's my card. And I just want you to know that I'm here. And she was a little iffy of me at first. She goes, well, who sent you? And I go, no one sent me. I just came. And she goes, who sent you? Do you know this person? And I'm like, I don't know these people that you speak of. I just know I saw you had a lot of kids and I want to support you. So then she goes, okay, and let's start with what's going on with you and how could I support you. So she started to just inform me of all the things she had been going through. She cried, she gave me hugs, and she felt extremely supported, and we had only known each other for about 30 minutes. And then we talked for another 30 minutes. And before I left her home, when I left her home, she said, hold on one minute. She bent down and she started to braid sweetgrass, and she goes, well, this is from my hometown, South Dakota, and I want you to take this with you. And I didn't know the importance of it until I let my manager know that a woman gifted me sweetgrass, and she goes, Bree, that's really big. So I was like, oh, so it's just the more and more I dig and I want to be informed and I seek this knowledge for who I am, the more powerful I am, the less I can be manipulated or even washed out or, less of who I really am. So the more knowledge that I seek and the more wellness I find in breaking trauma bonds, breaking trauma from the past and, moving forward, I just feel really strong, honestly. And that was a great story and situation for me. And I love my life because every day I get the opportunity to learn more and be who I'm meant to be, not who I was born into. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Okay, so welcome, Bree. Now you met Bree, and this morning when we started our, I would say it's ongoing medicine circle. Yesterday, we learned about rite of passage medicine. We had 4 ground medicines. This morning, our next guest, we were sitting in the circle and we said, well, who has medicine with them? And it just started to emerge. It just started to emerge out of our circle here. And so our next guest, we're going to have her introduce herself. And what's going on here?
Wow, Bree, that was a hard act to follow. I love it. Thank you for that. A very empowering story. I'll introduce myself. My name is Charlotte Badcob. I'm from the Oglala Sioux tribe. My Lakota name is Wambli Washtewi, which is Good Eagle Woman. I got that name from my great-grandfather, and in a private ceremony. It wasn't a big thing. It was just a small ceremony between my mom, and my great-grandmother. So to me, it was very personal, private, and sacred. And I am here today with Theta and Bree and many others. And we are having an amazing time. We are here for the Healthy Relationships training. And I'm a big fan of Theta, she's very inspiring. And I love the Native Wellness team and what they do in Indian country and all over the world, and to be in this space and during this time and is very special, and I learn something new every time, and we talk a lot about energy, and how to carry our energy into spaces and places and to bring good energy forth, and that really helps me in my everyday life, and to have trainings like this and, to be able to be a part of it is really special to me. And I love it, and it just gives me that strength and, continue, We had a lot of losses in my family recently, as a lot of you all have, and we lost the last generation of my mom, the last auntie of my mom's generation, and that hit different because now that she's gone, we are those elders, my sisters and my brothers and I and our cousins, we're those elders now. So, it's time to take a step back and say, hey, what did we learn from their era? I was always teased about being my mom's sinte, which in our language is her tail, because I was always following her around,
Just cute.
And, but I learned a lot from her, and I learned a lot of how to be, and how to be myself. And all my life I've been like a loner, I've never followed a group. I've never been a part of a clique, and that has been, that has worked for me, and my alone time that I do have, and talking about these healthy relationships, the alone time that I do have are really special to me because that's me and Creator's time.
Oh,
Yes. And that's our time to build on our relationship and for Him to bring me understanding of the prayers that I have put out there. And so, two of my fears I have conquered during the time of Standing Rock. One of them was to be alone. But now I find that in being alone is the most precious time to me. Oh, yes. And the other one was being in the dark, and now I can see in the dark, I can just turn off the light and find my way around in the dark. And all of that was possible through all the prayers and the sacred bundles that were brought to Standing Rock to pray from Niwichoni, water is life, water is sacred. Without water, we couldn't have life, and going to these Native Wellness trainings and being a part of the Future Generations collaboration had prepared me. I feel like in my heart, it had prepared me to be there and to be that voice. And Native Wellness, they have this saying of to step out of your comfort zone and to take a healthy risk. And so I found myself just being risky, just really being risky during the Standing Rock era. And through that came a lot of blessings. And, I'm just really grateful. I am grateful for life. I'm grateful for Unchimoka, Mother Earth, Atewakan, our grandfather, Tunkashila. And I'm thankful for Chanwakan, without the wood, without our wood nation, we wouldn't have shelter, we wouldn't have fire to warm us or, we wouldn't have all the things that Chanwakan, Chanwakan Oyate has provided for us. And I always like to remember Zinkala, the Zinkala Oyate, the bird nation that brings us our children in a sacred manner. Machpia, to the clouds that cleanses us, with its moisture, and the Wakias that just, I love the Wakias, there's a lightning, and whenever they come around, it's when I come alive, and it's just a really special time, and to give thanks for everything that, life offers is truly a blessing, so I'm really thankful to be here this afternoon, and I've always wanted to be on one of Theta's podcasts, so I didn't think it'd be until later in life, but here we are,
Okay, so one question. If you could speak to all your descendants, because these are grandchildren that are going to marry, and they're going to make more grandchildren, and some of their grandchildren might come from other tribes, and some of their grandchildren might come from other places. You're just speaking to them. For the next 50 years, what would you say to them? What would you say? What did they need to keep in mind to take care of each other? Just talk to them.
Okay, what I would say and to my grandchildren is what was brought to me that helped me through life is that prayer is powerful, and through prayer we could be guided in a good way. And also in life, in my own experiences, I have experienced a prayer of thankfulness is a prayer put in place within you. Because I used to pray like, God, can you give me some, or Tunkashala, could you give me some strength? Well, he definitely did. He put obstacles in my way, like to make me stronger. And I was like, oops. And so what I would say to my grandchildren is always remember, just always have a prayer of thanks. Yeah, so you don't have to go down that road I did with asking for things, but knowing. And, without Tunkashila, none of us would be here. Nothing would be here. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Do you think in the future that we need to learn about AI? We need to learn about technology?
Oh,
in addition to,
yes.
fasting and Sundance and prayers. Just what would you say to them then? How do we balance that?
Well, what I would say about AI and learning about futuristic, technology that is coming, and I would say learn from our youth. They already know. At my age, we think we know everything, but we don't. We really don't, when it comes to technology. And it's time to bring them into the circle. It's time to listen to them. They are the future, therefore they know about this kind of stuff. My kids told me not to do anything with AI, or with not AI, with those chats and stuff. They say because every time we watch a video, we're losing water, and those videos out there that change your face, make you younger, or make you from young to old, those are all a part of depleting our water source. So we got to be mindful of Unchimaka when we use those kinds of things, because not a lot of people know about that, And so to be mindful of, I always say live intentionally, be intent about everything you do and how it's going to affect the future generations. And I would like to send a shout out to Thunder Valley because they have 150 years of planning. Yeah, and so they not only plan for a 5-year goal, they have a plan in place for the next 150 years for the future generations. Yeah, so
Well, we'll give you some pause time, both of you. But so welcome to Wellness Wednesday, Native Wellness Institute. We always come every week, positive, productive, and proactive. And you just met two of my new sisters. They're in my heart right now. I mean, when Sister was talking about prayer and talking about, what do we say to our grandchildren and our great grandchildren? I say, stand up with your prayer. I say, stand up with your language. I say, stand up with your spirit, your authentic self. Just stand up and be heard. We want to hear your voice. We want to hear your prayers. Sometimes, when we're in a space, we're hearing things about some of our relatives in Washington, D.C., some of our relatives in Minneapolis, some of our relatives in Gaza, some of our relatives in Iran, some of our relatives in Seattle. We begin to, when you're hearing this, you can always remember that inside to be grounded. Hayo Stipatapi, Hayo Nina. Hayo Napi Natusi, Hayo Akita Biwa. Ancestors, no Gakimoket, no Gaspomoket. Pity us, help us. And if we're learning our language, just start practicing. Learn one word in your language about how I love how Crows say Akpadadia. I love how Northern Cheyenne say Mahio. I love how Tinkashala. those aren't my tribes. Oh, that's just so beautiful. It's all the same God. It's all the same. And it might not be a he. It might look like grandma. It might have a grandma kukum scarf on. That's what God looks like. Anyway, I wanted to ask my other guest, Bree, because Bree, I saw your spirit go around that question of what you would say to your descendants and your ancestors and how you're intentionally, because Sister said intentionally raising them. So tell us a little bit about that.
I would tell my ancestors thank you. I have so much gratitude for the strength that they've given me that I didn't even know I had. A lot of my intuition and my power that I have that people won't even know about came from my ancestors. And it's kind of scary sometimes because people are like, Bree, how did you know that? Bree, you told me this would happen, and it happened. And I said, well, I had a dream or something foreseen came to me. So I would just want to say thank you for making me special and I'm different. And for my children, I always want my children to be careful. Be careful what you see. Be careful what you listen to. I keep them, although they are tech savvy. I have a son who's literally high proficiency in tech. But I keep it minimized because I want them to be outside. They can be into nature. We go on hikes, touch the dirt, walk through the grass. Be free. Be free. Don't be captive of the internet. You can know, but just because you know that does not mean that this is what rules your life. Be yourself. Never try to fit in. Always be true to who you are. Because when you're too much like other people, I just had a conversation with my daughter about competition and comparison. I told her to never, ever compare herself to another person because when you compare yourself, that's when life gets difficult. That's when it becomes too hard to show up. When you just stay true to yourself, you don't have to worry about what others are doing because you're focused on you. And I always want my children to stay true to themselves, to stay close to the Creator, to believe in themselves, to always be kind. I always encourage them to be kind. Do not run around when the word hate is not allowed in my house. I never, that's a trouble word. If you say hate, or even if you say, oh, I hate that, no, you're not allowed to hate anything, because I feel like hate is not something that is empowering us. We have enough hate in this world. I always want my kids to have love, to spread love, and always be the light. Be the light. There's so much darkness. Be the light. And always be the leader, the example of what it looks like to be different. My kids are not allowed on Roblox. My kids are not allowed on things that are rotting them slowly but surely. I always encourage them to be in tune with nature, with the real, not the fake. I feed them no canned food, no processed foods. I'm very, 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 very in tune with what we put in to a child. It's like a plant. So what you put into this seed, it affects how they grow. So how you talk to even a plant, if you talk to it, it'll grow beautifully. If you walk past the plant every day, one time, here's a great story. I was depressed. And I had bought these beautiful plants in my home, and I was depressed. Oh, like 3 of them died with me. I was dying inside, and little by little, I'm like, why did this plant die? Why are they? But now I have these beautiful plants that I've had for 6 years, and they are thriving. And I water them twice a week. And I said, these plants are thriving. They have yet to die. And, because it's power in your energy. And all praises to the Creator, because I know this. And I know there's a lot of people who don't. So just always protect your energy. Be thankful for even the bad that you come from. Be thankful for everything that you come from, because you have the opportunity to make it good. You have an opportunity every day. This year on my birthday, I turned 35, January 17th. Woo-hoo! Happy birthday, Bree. Happy birthday. Come out here. Come do this. Come do this. I said, I'm going to sleep. That's what I'm going to do on my birthday. I'm going to sleep, and nobody has the right to tell me you have to go out and do this on your birthday. But the next day, Creator hit me. Tears. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was so blessed, because I realized I did make another year around the sun. I did. You can't belittle the strength of the Most High. You cannot put that down, because I felt like I was ungrateful, because I said, oh, I'm 35. What do you do? No, thank you. I fell crying. My son said, Mom, are you crying? I'm so happy, thankful. I had tears of joy and gratitude, because I'm here another day. And I always tell my children also, every day is your birthday. Don't ever wait for that date that you came into the world to act like you should be celebrated. No, every day is your birthday, because you know what? You got another day to be a different person than you were yesterday. I'm different from who I was 2 weeks ago. I've been changing the things I eat, changing the thoughts that just little by little, I'm continuing to grow into the woman that I was always meant to be. Breaking generational curses, breaking trauma bonds. There's certain friends that I thought I would be friends with forever. I don't answer the phone. I'm protecting my energy, and at all cost. Protect your energy, love yourself, and encourage the youth to stay true to who they are, and encourage them to know. And we could be in this world, but never be of this world, because it can be really wicked. So be in this world, but always be who you really are. Don't be of the world. Don't follow the trends. And, no. It's okay to know about them, though. I'm very in tune with everything that's going on around me, but I'm very much so true to myself in exactly who I am every day.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
So, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm sitting over here, I'm crying, and I want to thank both of you. I know you have to go have lunch, and so just check this out. Look at these two ladies. So thank you very much, and I'm just going to talk a little bit more. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday, where something Sister said about she used to pray for strength. And so I wanted to comment on that, because, I heard from one of my mentors, we always do that, please help me not drink. Please help me fix this marriage. Please help me get that house. Give me the strength to, all of this. Please, please, please. We're always asking. We're always asking. And there comes a point, and like Sister said, give thanks, give gratitude. I come to you every week. Wake up and give gratitude. Bree just said to us, another day, every day is your birthday. Every day is your birthday. It's just like every day is Christmas, eh? Give gifts today. I just wanted to share with you one of the most beautiful things just happened here is, we had, I think Annette gave me some beautiful, Seattle Seahawks beaded earrings, and you had the earrings, and so when I was dreaming this morning, I said, we should raffle these. So we got the queen of the raffle with this group here, and she put everybody's name, and she put a number by it, and then everyone got a number, and you should have seen it. Our Northern Cheyenne sister, she's part Blackfeet. She won the Seattle Seahawks beaded earrings, and she just looks she's beaming, and so that give gratitude that you have, from the small things to the big things. Give gratitude, that, like I'm in here, Native Wellness Institute was just given all of this cedar. And I'm giving gratitude for the wood here. I'm giving gratitude for where I live. Giving gratitude, just even for, if you have a nice bed with memory foam. I'm real picky about beds. Memory foam, and it has to have, in the winter, nice flannel sheets. There has to be a nice cozy neck pillow. There has to be a pillow that, in case you want to slide it underneath your knees and kind of just be thankful for the things around you. Be thankful, like Sister said, that sacred water. I always take your pastascan, your tobacco, go out and thank the water for being there. Thank the water for giving us life. Thank she was Patty McGeeshick. This is over like 20 years ago. She said there's levels of the water, and that the water at the fourth level, the spirits, they were crying out because some of the water was being polluted. She said, but they told her that if you take the tobacco and you take rounds of tobacco and you put the tobacco, hey, is that you, John Spence? You're just in time to be on the Power Hour. So take that tobacco and put it into the water to resurrect the water people. Now we have a special guest. We're just going to give him a couple minutes. I always do this to him because this is the reason I'm sober. John Spence, Jack Pipe, Bonnie Pipe, Gordon Belcourt, Harold Belmont, Ozzie Williamson. And I always put him on the spot, so he's just going to do a short introduction. But when we were trying to be sober in the 80s, these were our pillars of the sobriety and the well-briety movement. And when I first seen them, Indian men stand up and declare sobriety, I almost fell to my knees. I almost fell to my knees because I just thought, I'm going to grow up differently, because that was the wound and that was the hurt. And that's why, I'm getting the emotion and the tears now, because it was Avis Archambault. It was John Spence. Avis, she always taught me to think good of myself. That I'm worthy, that I'm confident, that I have good self-esteem. But then John, anyway, I'll just have John just do a little bit of introduction, because we're going to go have lunch. We're eating lunch, but here's John Spence.
Oh, hello. Oh, God, this Theta, she's amazing, isn't she? So, I'm from Fort Belknap, Montana, Grovant, and Sioux, Anani and Lakota. And my grandpa's from Standing Rock, Sam Archambault, so that's my sister Avis Archambault. She's probably more well known around in the country. She's older than me, but boy, she sure gets around. Anyway, I sobered up at home at Fort Belknap. I worked for the tribe in, let's see, was that 80 through 87, 7 years. And, you know, you can't get away with it, what you're doing at home. You can hide around the city here in Portland when I was running around. But, yeah, so I had to face the music, and I sobered up there in 1982, and Ozzy was my higher power for ever.
He was everybody's higher power.
You know, around Montana, we all called him our HP. And Ozzy came up with the idea of an intertribal sobriety camp out.
Yes.
So we used to have those. I remember every summer we'd rotate around. Like the first year I remember was down at Northern Cheyenne. And then the second was at Fort Belknap. And I had been sober a little less than a year. Ozzy made me be the chairman of that thing. And, you know, but it turned out really good. We headed up at the Hayes Mission Canyon. Maybe some of you have been there at this great powwow we have there in August.
Oh.
And anyway, it's just been a good time. You know, I love this sober life. I love things that are happening in Indian country. God, you know, I used to be one of those guys sitting in a pickup getting drunk, you know, at the powwows. And now you see, you know, sobriety everywhere. You know, like, so, you know, back home, I went back to Hayes powwow last summer. And then I ran into Theta. I thought I'd stop by at Hart Butte.
Hart Butte, yeah.
So I ran into Theta and her mom. I saw them there, and no drunks at the powwow at Hayes or at Hart Butte. And this has just been a great thing. And those people she mentioned, gee, that touches me too. All these good people that came before me, and also Nara. I'll say Nara wrecked my drinking. Nara in Portland. Because it was these older guys, Buzz Nelson, he's from South Dakota. He's 91 now and 50-some years sober. And Al Smith from Klamath, he's Modoc. And Al's gone now, he at the other side. And, of course, Ozzy in Montana. And then, there was a guy named Louis Polanco also. He's another great guy. So I also particularly think out here in the Portland area where I've been at, I'm still working part-time. I do horse therapy on Tuesdays with the kids in treatment, and then I do talking circle on Thursdays. Those are NARA kids in treatment. But I always say, well, NARA wrecked my drinking, and it was those three guys that really were on my case all the time.
Yeah.
You know, the Indian way, teasing and, you know,
They were
love.
They were riding tough love.
They were after, yeah.
Say something about tough love. What's tough love?
Oh, you know, it's just you're talking straight to someone because of love, you know. And so like Theta and Jolene, you know, leaders in this healing movement, that's another thing. Like I heard Jolene say the other day, like you hear healing more, that term. And of course, these two, they're always, been doing that. But so healing, like tough love, talking straight to someone, out of love, in other words, out of healing. You know, I love you, man, and that's why I'm, you know, giving you shit.
Giving you a hard time.
Yeah, and that's Ozzy. That was Ozzy.
That was.
So Ozzy was a straight shooter like that.
Yeah.
And so I think Ozzy kind of appointed himself as my sponsor. And like, Richard King and Harvey King, you know, all the King boys there at Fort Belknap. Good people, sober King. So Tracy King and Harvey King and Keister and Brent, all of these King brothers are amazing family. So anyway, my family's at Fort Belknap, or Cochran's and Archambaults, and we grew up at Fort Belknap, so we didn't really know the Archambault side so much from Standing Rock. So when Standing Rock happened, my sister Avis and I went over there in September when that was going on, and also I went over with the veterans in December, colder than hell. And there's another guy from Fort Belknap, Andrew, gosh, what's his last name? Anyway, Andrew Gray. And so we're both Marines. And Andrew and I, they put us in this teepee in December in the storm. So we spent 2 nights in this teepee. They call it what the heck was it? Anyway, they put this in a teepee, and there was a wood stove, and it was real nice in there, except when this blizzard came and it blew apart that flap. So Andrew and I woke up in the morning and there was snow covered. There was snow on our sleeping bags, and anyway, then the storm was so bad, the casino opened up to the veterans.
Yeah, yeah.
So there were wall-to-wall veterans all over, sleeping all over the place on the floor. It was like old times. And that was in December 2016, during that.
10 years ago, huh?
Yeah, that quick.
Wow.
Boy, that quick.
Yeah.
But, well, anyway, it was an amazing experience. But again, here was being sober. That I know some people snuck away during that Standing Rock to drink or something, but the majority of people were, sober and were there for the right reasons. Heath Theta, I know, went, and Jelaine went, and people came from all over, I guess.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
But, I blow the power out. It's a good deal.
So awesome. John is here, and we're going to sign off. We're going to go eat some lunch. And he came in here, and I can smell the food over there. And, badass auntie, we like to eat. Indians from Montana like to eat. We like cracklings. We like the fat on the elk. Ooh, we like a ribeye. We're just like that. We're just Indians here. So we're coming to you live. Thank you for coming to Wellness Wednesday. Our topic was about life. And just like Bad Bunny said, the only thing that's more powerful than hate is love. And what you have just seen with my 3 guests is pure love for wellness, pure love for sobriety, pure love for our language, pure love for our ceremonies, pure love for horses. This is, he's humble. This is a horse whisperer. And you should hear him when he whispers. He goes, "Hey, horsey, horsey, horsey." No, he doesn't. Anyway, we're going to sign off. We'll see you next week.